Sky Cable TV Kenya. Beyond the real.
Hi viewers, this is Muita with True Living Show, which airs via Sky Cable TV. Welcome. I'm happy that we are continuing on a topic of UTI, which is urinary tract infection, which we have been talking about for the last 2 weeks. And as we can recap again, UTI is urinary tract infection, and that's the infection of the urinary tract, like in your urine, that's where the bacteria is. We know that it's caused by UTI, but the last week we just continued on urosepsis, which is when the UTI becomes too much and then moves to another stage and becomes sepsis, which is a dangerous thing to have. And I can also give symptoms. I know I had earlier on given symptoms on a previous show of UTI, but now I'll just give you symptoms of urosepsis, so that you can know, when do I take care of this, or when can I be checked. Let's say you had UTI, but you thought it was something else, or you ignored. But when you start having the certain symptoms, which we'll talk here, it might be you might become septic, and it might be uropsis, which is developing. So one of them is like, it's just the normal, UTI symptoms. You might have frequent urge to urinate all the time. You might have a burning, itching sensation when urinating. You might have a feeling of full bladder, and even when you empty it, it's like you feel like you still have urine, and you have gone to the bathroom and you have emptied it and it's not empty yet. Then you have crowd urine. You know how crowd urine look like, because we know that like the normal urine, healthy urine, it might have some amber yellow color, but you can see through it. But when it's crowdy, there are like some sediments in there, and it might look like crowdy, like how you see it's not really white, it's like going to grayish, and there are some particles on it, so it's not clear and it's not yellow. Then the other thing, it smells awful. It doesn't have that amber smell of urine. So, and then you have pain when you're having sex, and then you have the pressure on the lower back or lower abdomen. Then you have malaise or feeling of unwell. Those are symptoms. And the urosepsis also, you have pain near the kidneys. So this one is even getting worse, or the lower side of your back. Then you feel nausea and you feel like you want to vomit. Then you have extreme fatigue. So that's another one. Then you also reduce the volume of the urine. So see, now before, when you just had the UTI, it was just you're not emptying the whole urine, but the urine is there and it might be foul. But here it's like you have even trouble, you have reduced volume of it. So it might be, there's the volume is low. And then you have trouble breathing or rapid breathing. That's another one. Then you're confused and your brain become more foggy when you have uropsis. And then unusual anxieties. It's like you're not stable, you are anxious, you feel funny. Then you have a weak pulse, then the fever. You have fever even when you have the normal UTI, but when you have uropsis, the fever becomes, even the body temperatures is up there. And then you have profuse sweating. So, and then you have changes in your heart rate, such as palpitations or rapid heart rate. So you need to really evaluate yourself and be checked so that you don't get that. And mostly, you know, we can also talk separately, you know, the risk factors, but the same risk factors for UTI are the same for uropsis, because it's the same thing but getting worse. But we can just, you know, just say more of it, people who can easily get uropsis, because we know very well there are people who get UTIs but it never developed to that level. But most people who can be affected are those with diabetes, because previously on another video I said diabetes is one of major increase of having UTI, because your urine, sometimes when you have high blood sugar, that urine can have sugar in it, and we know that bacteria love sugar. That's their food. So when you have an infection, it grows faster, because those microbes are growing faster than somebody who does not have diabetes. Another risk factor for people to develop uropsis are like people who are older than 65 years old. And then those people who are immune compromised, immune compromise is those people who their immune is very low, or, on the corner. So like people who have HIV or AIDS, people who are taking immunosuppression drugs, or they have organ transplant. That's like somebody who had kidney failure and then they had a kidney transplant. And kidney is part of where you get the uropsis or you get UTI, because that's on the upper urinary tract, so infection can get there. And people who are also like getting chemotherapy, so they are at a higher risk than anybody else. And why I'm saying this is so that when you know your category, then you'll be taking good care of yourself. You'll be drinking enough liquids. You'll be emptying your bladder well. You'll also be checking your hygiene. Other people are those with taking corticosteroid treatments. So let's say like you go to your doctor and you have a condition and they subscribe, something like prednisone, that's a corticosteroid medication. So you can be on that. Those people with history of urinary conditions, maybe their kidneys are messed up or anything like that, or somebody who has been having catheter usage, depending on why they are having it. So they can easily get uropsis, which is very dangerous. And the possible complications of uropsis include correction of pores near the kidneys or prostate. You can easily get organ failure. You can also get kidney damage. You can have even scar tissue in your urinary tract, and you can get septic shock. And the worst, your body can shut, and you can easily die. So we have to really take good care of ourselves. We have to know, we have to be treated, and you are not supposed just to get any treatment. You're supposed to go to a doctor or hospital. They can do an x-ray, they can do blood culture, they can check on your bloodstream, and they can also check on your urine so that they know what bacteria is causing this. How can they treat you? And you get your own treatment. And also, you can do as much, you can use home remedies. We just talked of having enough water, 6 to 8 ounces of glasses a day, or even more. Drinking cranberry juice, or even having to eat the cranberry fruits. If you can be able to eat, foods which brings a lot of water, so that you're not dry. Make sure your urine is not concentrated. Make sure your hygiene is good. Make sure you are taking good care of yourself. Wash your hands many times. Even when you are taking care of yourself, wiping from front to back after using the toilet, washing the hands before and after using the toilet, wearing cotton underwear, all that, drinking plenty of water, daily. I cannot repeat this. And before we continue, don't forget to go down there, look at that lavish red button, press it, subscribe, and then you can comment, and also you can like as we continue on. The other things you can also do, urinating after sexual activity, and then not waiting longer than necessary to urinate. Don't hold your urine. Sometimes we might be on a safari or away from where we can pee, and then people are holding their bladder. That's not good. So it is always good to make sure that you urinate when it's time to do like that, and also to drink enough so that you have enough to urinate, and also you have good hygiene, and also you are eating the healthy food, you're drinking the healthy drinks, you're avoiding a lot of sugary things, because we have now diabetes is coming back here, because those people with diabetes, they are also at high risk of getting uropsis or getting UTI. So for us, we need to take good care of ourselves. We need to avoid, because we know many cases of UTI. People end up on emergency room, people end up in the hospitals, many people end up in clinics, some people are dealing with this at home. So it's something we cannot avoid. And we just say, especially when you are over 65, or if you are female more than a male, because we say that the urethra and the bladder, they are so close to each other. So when you're a woman, it's easily to get more infection than male, but either sex, they usually get this infection. So from now, we'll just close there and say that you can watch this show every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern African time and 1 p.m. Eastern time. And thank you for watching. Have a good time.